Hello, welcome to Jamuna Television.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah, please have your seat.
Thank you.
So thank you for joining us, for joining with Jamuna Television. So how do you see the vibe of football here in Dhaka, in Bangladesh?
It's been amazing. Everyone has told me that Bangladesh is not a football nation, but a cricket nation, but it just shows that how diverse and rich the Bangladeshi people are when it comes to all these events. Just driving through the streets and seeing all the fans wearing the jerseys from all the different countries and seeing the flags. I wish there were more U.S. supporters. I know Bangladesh is very Argentina or Brazil, but it just shows the sophistication of the Bangladeshi about their knowledge of football and sports in general.
Yeah, and you have a great interest and you are a big supporter of the USA. Yeah. So let me know about your evaluation regarding the first round of USA, what they have played already.
So I've been to several World Cups. This was my 6th World Cup, Men's World Cup. And this is the 5th time I was able to see the US play in person. I saw them play in person in 98, 2010, 2014, and now. And throughout that trajectory, I never would have thought that the U.S. could have played as well as they had and have commanded the support they have that I saw this year. We are seeing an attacking, open type of football that is very rich and beautiful. And I really am proud of what the U.S. team has brought out, and also proud of how the U.S. has welcomed the world, honestly. Seeing the stadiums full and seeing people singing their songs, it's been wonderful.
This time you are a host country, host nation. So, do you feel any kind of pressure for your team?
Yes, there was a strong pressure. In '94, when we were hosts, we were just happy to be there. This year, we are hosts, and we are a much more developed football culture. We're a culture that has a big name coach, big name players, and it's good that all of that's coming together and bringing good positive results for the team. As we see, we still have to wait to see how we will do against Turkey, but we won our group, and this is a nice opportunity where the United States can enter a third match with nothing riding on it. They are just there giving some rest time for some of their starters and giving their backups the opportunity to grow, but it's been a wonderful experience.
Being a football lover, I want to know about your analysis regarding your team. I mean, when they started in the first round and they will finish their first round today, do you see any difference or any kind of improvement from the first match to last match?
What I think I've seen is more confidence. What we saw in the first match has continued, which is a hard-working, attack-oriented team. They are pressing from the first moment. You see that with Pochettino, his style of defense. You see that with the wide open play. So even though we don't have Robinson and 𝗏𝗏 playing today, we still see that with 𝗥𝗏𝗃𝗏𝗃 and 𝗏𝗏 who are trying to open up the field, trying to pressure, and we saw that with the early goals and how we we attack the teams from the beginning, and we were able to put them on their back foot and having them responding to us. Let's hope that continues in the second round and continuing, because this team has the potential to make it to the quarterfinals, semifinals. Pochettino always has the slogan of "Why not us?" and that's why I say, "Why not us? We could do well. We can win. We can go all the way."
Yeah, we'll talk about the second round strategy, but before that, I just want to know about what do you think what is the biggest strength and weakness of this team?
So before the World Cup, if you asked me what was their biggest weakness, I would have said our defense. And we saw that today against Turkey. But our defense has solidified, and it's this whole of team mentality that has really helped us. Our biggest strength is our attacking assets. You see players like 𝗔𝗍𝗋 and Robinson that are defenders that are just up there attacking all the time. You see players Reina, Pulisic, Balogun. They are world-class players, and our ability to attack teams, to open up the field, and to keep defenses on their heels, that is our biggest asset right now.
When you're talking about your attacking position, do you think it's good enough for the strong team when they will play in the next round?
So the thing about the Pochettino lineup is I think the American way of playing is better suited against stronger teams than against defensive teams. When you saw us play against Australia in the second half, what you saw was a defensively sound team that knew how to play physical and, I don't want to say park the bus, but be defensively sound. When you play, let's say if we have a Belgium, an Argentina, or Brazil, those will be teams that will come towards us. So when you attack us, you open up those pockets in the corners and the sides, and that's where the U.S. can do well. Let's hope that our defense can be compact enough and respond well, but I think the U.S. with Pochettino's style will do better sometimes against a stronger team rather than a team that is holding back and waiting for us to attack them.
Except this defense, do you have any concern for the second round?
𝗵𝗺𝘃𝗀𝗵𝘁𝘀 is our star player. He's the closest thing we've ever had to a world-class player. He has so far only played one 45-minute half of football this entire World Cup. I really hope that his calf has healed and this additional time resting positions him well. Injuries in a tight, compact tournament like this are always difficult. Yellow cards are always difficult. But as long as we can be defensively sound and our players are smart when it comes to their yellow cards and we avoid injuries, we have the potential. As Pochettino said, why not us?
Yeah, what is your expectation that how long they can go in this World Cup particularly?
I think the best we have done in the modern era has been a quarterfinal. I think we have the team to make it to the quarterfinal. And depending on how the stars lined up, there have been many surprises. Belgium right now is in third place. We were expecting to be in first place. We will see. There's still a lot of football to be played in the first round. But I think as I look at the teams coming up, they're a little bit more forgiving for the U.S. style of play than other teams. And this team should make it to the quarterfinals and has the potential to make it to the semifinals. And once you make it to the semifinals, it's anyone's game. We saw that with Croatia. We see those with teams like Morocco. With the fan support, with strong tactics and good luck, anything can happen.
Yeah. Being a football fan, being an analytics of football, do you have any message for your country people?
I think this opportunity that this World Cup presents is very unique. I was a child, I was my daughter's age when the World Cup happened in 1994, and I saw how football exploded in the United States because of that. 94, the World Cup happened. Before that, all our players were collegiate amateur players. 96, we get our professional league. 99, we become Women's World Cup champions in the United States. And we see how football has grown for women and men. Right now in the United States, before the World Cup, 10% of Americans said that football is their #1 sport. After this World Cup, we'll see how many Americans say football is their #1 sport. But this being in the United States, just flying in last night, I saw how football has taken over the nation and how the nation has embraced it. And I hope that they continue to support women's football, men's football, amateur football, and our Major League Soccer, not just when these come. Hopefully the Copa America comes back to the United States. Hopefully the Women's World Cup comes back to the United States. And I hope that, for me, the World Cup is some of the most beautiful memories I've had in my life. Traveling overseas, being in the United States, welcoming people to my country and being a guest in other people's country. That has been one of the richest experiences of my life, and I hope that people in the United States are taking that moment and living in that moment and using it to support their team, but then also laying the groundwork for the future.
So you have several championships for the women's team. So what is your expectation when your men's team will have the championship, especially in World Cup, for Football World Cup?
We're very proud of our women's team. I went to the Women's World Cup in 2019 and I was there at the final. I was very proud to be there to see my team, my women's team, win a World Cup for the first time. And for me, it was just as special as seeing the men's team or any other sport. It remains with me forever. And I think the men's team will be there. The Women's World Cup did not happen until 1991, and the United States has been the biggest winner. Women's soccer or football has just been developed for a much longer time, so it was only a matter of time before the United States, once we put the investment, the infrastructure in place, that we would start reaching the goals. I know Japan had a 100-year model to win the World Cup. And the United States, we I think had a 2010 or 2014 model to win the World Cup. That was obviously optimistic, but you have to, when John F. Kennedy said we wanted to go to the moon, he made this promise, this moonshot promise that we will reach the moon within a lifetime, and we did it within a decade. The United States, within my lifetime, will win a World Cup. I hope it is much earlier in my lifetime than later in my lifetime, but the United States will win a World Cup in my lifetime. I am getting to be of a certain vintage and an age that the time is closing, but I think we have the capacity to shock the world and be world champions.
Thank you for your insights. Let me talk about the crazy football fan of Bangladesh.
Okay.
How do you see the craziness here in Dhaka especially? You can see the flag
Yes.
and the rally as well. So how do you evaluate these kind of things?
Oh, it's just that football is the passion of the masses, the communion of the masses. And there's a former soccer player, Eric Cantona, said, football is the most important of non-important things, and you really see it. I just would love to see I would love to see a U.S. Team in the final, but a Brazil-Argentina final would be amazing for what it means to the people of Bangladesh and to see the celebration and to see all of that. So what I see here is what I would see growing up and traveling to Mexico, traveling to Chile, Argentina, to Italy. Football is universal. It's the universal language, and Bangladesh shows they are just as sophisticated, just as supportive of the people's sport. So,
One message for a crazy football fan here in Dhaka and Bangladesh.
thank you for your support. Thank you for your fandom. I hope you buy more U.S. jerseys to support, but I just hope you enjoy the football and it keeps you awake a little bit at night celebrating.
Well, thank you for joining us. Thank you for your time. I hope for the best, and we are expecting that your team will play final match one day. I don't think so that it is possible this time, but we are hoping for the best and finger crossed.
Thank you so much, and go USA.
Yeah, of course.